प्यारी साध संगत जी, गज के फतेह भाना। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। वाहिगुरु We are rounding out the month of Magh, and we're going to be celebrating here in America Valentine's Day later this week. When Virji and the Sevadars asked me to do Kirtan today as part of our bilingual Kirtan program, what inspired me the most about this season of Magh, Magh Majan संग साधुआ तोड़ी कर स्नान, हर का नाम ध्याए सुन, सबना नो कर दान। ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ? Guru Granth Sahib Ji instructs us to bathe in the dust of the Sad Sangat and to meditate on and listen to the name of Vaheguru and to share it with everyone. Bhai Chadar Singh Ji ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਬੀਬਾ ਜੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਨਾ ਕਦੇ ਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹੀਦੀ। You never say no. And for this reason I'm here with you today to share with you my Valentine. I will sing 3 shabads, and the shabads that I will sing will be along the themes of love. ਪਿਆਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਇਨਸਾਨ ਨਾਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਕਈ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। But when we do have and develop a love, how do we cultivate that love across the different parts of our lives? And it's very interesting that we only have to look in the Guru Granth Sahib to give our lives some more depth and some meaning, and to add to that experience of love and enhance it. spiritual love, as such, is what we should all be striving for in some ways. Guru Sahib included the banis of Bhagat Ravdas, Bhagat Kabir, and others to give us some understanding that they understood our humanity too. So much poetry. You might be writing a romantic poem this week or sharing a Valentine with your Valentine. But there is no more rich poetry than the poetry within our very precious Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And in that Bani, Bhagat Bani tells us a lot about the human condition. I am trained as a pediatrician and a child and adolescent and adult psychiatrist. Many of you might be feeling distress, seeking support, mental health support. And there are long lines and waiting lists for therapists. I want to demystify a few things about my field and the brain basis of suffering. I've understood it from the scientific perspective, what the brain does, what the neurocircuits do. But Bani tells it like nothing else can. The suffering that I'm going to be talking about today is described well by Bhagat Kabir Ji in the Shabad that I will sing after I describe Bhagat Ravdas Ji's Bani. And they all allude to a separation from Vaheguru. They allude to the pangs, the physical pangs, the spiritual pangs of separation from Akal Purkh, and how they try to pursue Vaheguru and union with Vaheguru through their own means. What does Bani tell us when we're feeling sad, alone, distressed, unable to cope? That there's lots of asra, that there's lots of forgiveness, that there's lots of capacity for us to become our better selves. How do we do that? We do that through 3 simple actions. We do that through Simran. We do that through Seva. And we do that through Sangat. And if we can engage in these very simple actions every day, we can become better parts of ourselves, and we can help others become their better selves. The first Shabad I will perform is in Rag Tanasri. Today is, at this time, the 3rd Behed of the day. Tanasri Rag goes something like this. He sa ga ma pa ni sa sa ni da ba ma pa ga re sa. This is Rag Tanasri. ਤੀਜੇ ਪਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਗਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ Third coffee. And the Shabad is by Bhagat Ravdas Ji. And it talks about the importance of raising consciousness through meditation. Chit Simran Karo, Nain Avalokano. And Sravan Bani, Sojas Pur Rakho. I fill my ears with your Bani, your praise. And then what happens? Man sumad kar. Man sumad kar. Karo charan hirde taro. It is through the imbuing of Bani into your soul that Rasan Amrit Ram Naam Pakho. And then how do you cultivate love? Through Simran. Meri Preet Gobind Syo. Meri Preet Gobind Syo. Jin Katay. It is so precious. Main to mol mehengi li ji satay. I've spent the cost of my soul. And how do we achieve love as well? Guru Bhagat Ravdas Ji says, Saad Sangat, Bina Pao Nahi Upje. You can't do this without Sangat. So do this with me. Sing this Shabad with me, so that you too can fall in love with Guru Sahib. मेरी प्रीत गोविंद से So here, Bhagat Das Ji emphasizes Simran and Sangat. and the benefits of those actions that can lead you closer to achieving true love, sachi preet. The second Shabad turns to an illustration of suffering. And, you know, Bhagat Kabir ji has this tension with Guru Sahib. Guru Arjan Dev ji sometimes comments on his Bani as well. He says something like, maybe I shouldn't have been born. Maybe the umbilical cord could have been wrapped around my neck to have prevented me from living. And these suicidal thoughts, you can say, you can't imagine that they exist in Bani, but they do. And how does Guru Arjan Dev ji respond? Kabira umar sohavadi. How valuable this life is. How incredibly precious this moment is in your life. If you can connect to that understanding, then your suffering will go away. Kabir elaborates in Asa this Shabad. Karvat pala na karvat teri, lag gale sun benti meri. Ho vari, mukh fer pyare. Karvat de, moko kahe ko mare. I would rather be cut apart by a saw than have you turn your back on me, Akal Purkh. Hug me close and listen to my prayer. I am a sacrifice to you. Please turn your face to me, beloved Vaheguru. Why have you turned your back to me? Why have you killed me? This longing that Kabirji has, does it sound familiar? Do you experience this kind of longing in your own life? And if you do, how do you manifest it? He says further, Jo tan chire ang na moro, pind pare, to preet na toro. Even if you cut my body apart, I shall not pull my limbs away from you. This hug that he wants to hold tight. Even if my body falls, I shall not break my bond of love with you. Then further, hum tum beech peo nahi koi. Between you and I, there is no other. Hum tum beech peo nahi koi. Tumhe so kant nar hum soy. You are the husband, Lord, and I am the sole bride. Here, this analogy, many of us here are married. We have domestic householder lives. Kabir was mostly an ascetic who lived in the forest. He didn't practice a householder's life per se, but he understood the analogy and he shared that to connect us with this concept that union with another can be like a union with God. And this is what we celebrate when we do our Anand Karaj, our ceremony of bliss, is principally the idea of the merging of two souls into one, two bodies into one soul. In the end, he says, Keh Kabir suno re loi, ab tumri parteet na hoy. So he says to the people that he's addressing, the ones who understand these analogies, that, hey peeps, now I place no reliance on you. Ab tumri parteet na hoy. But it's because he has that love. His focus, attention, his simran is towards, his pyar is towards Akal Purkh, seeking a deeper love than the ones that we find and experience physically or in this human world. So we'll begin this next Shabad. Havari mukh fir pyare, havari mukh fir pyare, havari mukh fir pyare, havari mukh fir pyare, करवट पाला न करवट तेरी, करवट पाला न करवट तेरी, लाग गले सुन बेनती मेरी, लाग गले सुन बेनती मेरी, करवट पाला न करवट तेरी, करवट पाला न करवट तेरी, लाग गले सुन बेनती मेरी, लाग गले सुन बेनती मेरी, हावारी मुख फेर प्यारे, हावारी मुख फेर प्यारे, करवट दे मोको, करवट दे मोको, काहे को मारे, हावारी मुख फेर प्यारे, हावारी मुख फेर प्यारे। जो तन चीरे अंग न मोरो, जो तन चीरे अंग न मोरो, पिंड पर तो प्रीत न तोड़ो, पिंड पर तो प्रीत न तोड़ो, हावारी मुख फेर प्यारे, हावारी मुख फेर प्यारे, करवट दे मोको, काहे को मारे, हावारी मुख फेर प्यारे, हावारी मुख फेर प्यारे। हम तुम बीच पयो नहीं कोई, हम तुम बीच पयो नहीं कोई, तुम्हें सुकांत राय हम So this Shabad gives you an understanding of what suffering must be like, but how it is buffered, how it is pacified through love, through meditation. It is the second action that Gurujis have instructed us to engage with, Simran, meditation. So in the last Shabad, we'll do in Rag Rageshri. And the Shabad is it's a slok by Guru Ramdas Ji. And it is a nice way for us to contemplate what it means to love and how Guruji's Bani is so poetic. It uses words that make you feel like God is your friend. Sajan, Prem. Sun Sajan Prem Sandesara, Akhi Tar Lagan. Guru Tutthai Sajjan Meliya, Jan Nanak Sukh Savan. In this Shabad, what you see is an evolution now of how our Guru Sahiban reflect on love, express love, and engulf us with feelings of love when we do Kirtan. He says, listen, O my friend, to my message of love. My eyes are gazed upon you. Akhi tar lagan. We may not perceive, actually, that we're being watched, or that we feel at many times quite alone. Akhi tar lagan. I'm watching you. In this Shabad, Guru Ramdas Ji so beautifully expresses all three principles. Ki sajjan kaun honda hai? Nanak kaun honda hai? What is our purpose? Asi seva karan wale hain. Sevadar. Asi seva karan lagan naal bhi. We hope through bathing in the dust of our Sangat, in the season of Magh, we can find some aspect of ourselves that can be improved upon. We can find humility in the ways that we love. Mera naam Manpreet hai. ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਬਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ what is the name of my name, the meaning of my name, ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਭਰਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਗੁਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀ, ਮਨਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਨਹੀਂ। ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨੀ ਹਉਮੈ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਮਨਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਹਉਮੈ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਨਹੀਂ? Actually, Manpreet is a very important explanation. And I've spent most of my life trying to understand my name. As a physician, many of you want your children to be doctors, to go on to serve others. It is a labor of love to heal others when they're suffering, when their bodies and souls and minds are suffering. When will that physician, that doctor, heal herself? How does she heal herself? She can only do it through love. And love of her essential self. Manda na eh hunda, manda matlab eh hunda, mind, body, mind, heart, soul, essential self. Love that person. And it's through the love of yourself, through self-compassion, that you can love others. that you can have humility and serve others. If you don't practice self-love, you are likely to burn out. And you know, there are times in Gurbani where the expectation is that we must conquer our mind. Man jeete jag jeet. But conquering our minds can also be done through love. Perhaps the only way we can conquer our minds is through manpreet. So, as we reflect on Valentine's, on what it means to love ourselves, especially when our mind suffers or our love falters, let's keep in mind that we're never alone. Akhi tar lagan. We always have someone keeping an eye on us. Ude naal sahara milta hai. We teach our children Bani not because we want them to conquer Gurbani. We want them to feel the presence of Akal Purkh with them always, when they're alone, when they're suffering, when they're fearful. Sure, you can go to a therapist. Sure, and you should if you're not feeling good and you need that help. But what is therapy? Therapy actually is, in many ways, sangat. It's connecting people to people so that they can improve themselves through connection with their mind, cognitive, through their actions, behavioral, through connection, therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy. You may have heard of this as you look for therapists in the community. But don't forget, our Guru provides us with lots of cognitive behavioral therapy through seva, through simran, and through sangat. So let's finish today's program, bilingual program, with this last very brief shabad. In Rag Rajeshwari.
गुर तुठे सजन
ਦੇਸ ਨਕਸ਼ਾ ਨਾਲ ਪੁਨਰ ਚੁੱਕਾ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਬਖਸ਼ੀਆਂ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਿਰ ਹੱਥ ਧਰਿਓ ਗੁਰ ਕੀਨੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਦਿਓ। ਜਿਸ ਦੇਖ ਚਰਨ ਘਨ ਹਰਿਓ ਨਿਸਬਾਸੁਰੇਕ ਸਮਾਨ ਤਿਆ ਸੁਨਾਮ ਸੁਨੇ ਸੁਤ ਪਾਨ ਡਰਿਓ। ਪਨਦਾਸ ਸੁਆਸ ਜਗਤਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਕੀ ਪਾਰਸ ਪੇਟ ਪਰਸ ਕਰਿਓ। ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰ ਸਤ ਕੀਓ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਿਰ ਹੱਥ ਧਰਿਓ। ਆਨੰਦ ਗੁਣ ਨਿਧਾਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਗਰੀਬ ਨਿਵਾਜ ਗਰੀਬ ਨਿਵਾਜ ਗਰੀਬ ਨਿਵਾਜ। ਪਤਤ ਉਧਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਮੋਹਿ ਤਿਸ ਕਾ ਪਰਵਾਸਾ। ਪਤਤ ਉਧਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਮੋਹਿ ਤਿਸ ਕਾ ਪਰਵਾਸਾ। ਪਤਤ ਉਧਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਮੋਹਿ ਤਿਸ ਕਾ